we were discussing how this artificial intelligence end of the LLM spectrum or now agentic all of this stuff on the software side is abstracted information. This is embodied intelligence. And us normies outside, we're all sitting and wondering when do they fuse in a way where I can have, like, learning can become so much faster if there is ability for data to be captured, absorbed, processed, and then, iterated upon. So my question is, when do we see a popular synthesis of artificial intelligence as we are seeing it now over the next 5 years will only ramp up? It's not going to stop, and you guys are not going to stop. When does that merger happen? And what does that mean for the learning problem as far as robots are concerned?
Well, I think the next 5 is, in fact, a super interesting time for robotics. I think that by the end of this decade, many of us will have come in contact with autonomous mobile robots, autonomous legged robots. And I think that will be a very interesting time for humanity. I don't think that these anthropomorphic humanoids will walk into our daily homes in the next couple of years. But I do think that there's other form factors that are very well suited for the home. Maybe it's smaller humanoids, maybe it's cute and cuddly dog-like creatures that can live with us. Because I think in order to be welcomed into the home, we need to provide some value in the home. And before humanoids can unload your dishwasher, I think it's going to be a couple of years. And so what can we provide in the home today that would allow a robot to be welcomed into the home? Personally, I think that loneliness is one of those values. Because there's a loneliness epidemic in the in the mega metropolis cities, right? In Mumbai, in Shanghai, in Seoul, there's a lot of lonely people. Many of them can't have pets or are not allowed to have pets. And so could you create a robot that can help them with their loneliness and provide an emotional bond? I think that that's going to be possible in the near future. And I think that might be the first robot that's allowed in people's homes.
So you're saying that the first point of like real contact that people outside will have with robots might be an emotional sort of lacuna that the robots are filling?
I think so.
Wow, that'd be crazy. Yeah.
Of course, people already have autonomous vacuum cleaner robots in the house, so that's sort of
it's already done.
That's already done. Or some people have autonomous lawn mowing robots. But really, a robot that autonomously sort of lives with you, right, is going to be that kind of robot.
Right. From somebody who's pretty much looking over the cliff of the cutting edge of robotics, what excites you the most about these intelligent machines?
Well, if we succeed and we can build a general purpose humanoid robot by the end of this decade, it means that in some countries, manual labor might become optional and might become a choice. And that also means that we can do crazy, audacious urban planning projects. Maybe we can build beautiful monuments. I'm always surprised that if I go to Tuscany and you see the landscape in Tuscany, you're reminded that in the Renaissance, the Medici and other noble families literally moved mountains to make the landscape nicer. So could you deploy hundreds of robots to
flatten a mountain,
to make the mountain more beautiful,
right? Or
create that we all have Zen gardens at home, or clean up the garbage on the side of the road, right? So I think there's amazing, audacious projects that we could do if manual labor became, in essence, free.